What is good, friends, and welcome back. Yes, the Paramount Cup Season 2 is finally over. What a conquest. Quite happy about the outcome. I know you guys followed us. Maybe you watched my stream, or maybe you peek or you look at the conquest as a spectator. I hope you enjoyed the show. I did enjoy my conquest a lot. We came victorious of this whole campaign. Quite happy about the outcome, and I just want to share my thought and what happened during that conquest. It was a weird one. For those who are unaware, as you can see, we only have 5 alliances out of 8. 3 of them they pulled out of the Paramount Cup final season 2. They prefer to play a regular conquest. That made a lot of alliance react in our side and also in their side, the side where S40 played against. But all in all, I cannot say I was disappointed. Au contraire, it was an exciting conquest. I rate this conquest 9 out of 10, 10 being the perfection. It was quite exciting. So let me recap what happened. As you know, or if you don't, we played against everybody. So mainly against Avengers and FWZ. NFG and GOTH were also teamed together and they played against Avengers and FWZ. At one point, we were playing against everyone. So it was around 106 billion power, our alliance, against 368 billion power combined. And at that given point, it was quite stressful. And I thought we were about to lose, but we did not. We were able to repel the attack. More on this a little bit later. So here's the city. We landed in this area. This was our settlement, now under the control of FWZ. As soon as we land, we set the pace and immediately move toward Avengers, where they set a central command right in this area right here, just on the other side of the riverbank. They had a handful of bases right there that we blitzed and deleted, and while we were combating or fighting Avengers in this area, we immediately sent bases in this area so we could have control on the other side of the river. So we made sure to have some bases and we established our central command right in this area, while Avengers, they were building toward their settlement and their fort. We built in line with them, and at one point we were able to cut them off from their central command. They had to relocate them inside their safe zone so they could progress building toward the fort. So let's talk about the few highlights of this Paramount Cup final. The first big battle happened when the fort opened. Avengers, they mobilized all their forces toward the arms factory, where they consolidate their position, and they also built a central command right there. As we control the lower portion of the arms factory, ready to capture it when the factory would open. Then we didn't progress much in that area. We made sure to control all those forts. The main action when the fort opened later on was in this area. At this point, when Avengers and FWZ decided to capture this fort, they request, I don't know if they request the help of NFG and GOTH, but at this point, all alliances, all the opposition forces, they attack us at once. We were put under a lot of pressure. It was difficult. It was the most intense battle, and this was a real test for S21. As we were 100% on the defensive, I was about in this area. You can look for the stream. I will put my collection, my stream collection, in the video description so you can look at this, so you can review that battle. That was quite exciting. So Avengers and FWZ, they had touching land toward this area, while GOTH was pushing us in this area right here, and NFG was putting also some pressure in that strip right here. And at this point, I thought we would lose some villages, but we did not. We did not activate the slow burn nor the base shield at all throughout the conquest. So I guess that this was kind of a test for us. After many hours of intense battle, FWZ and Avenger, they had to disengage. They had no choice. They were losing way too much. Even at the peak of the battle, every time they would assemble groups trying to assault our base, they would get bombed to death. We had a lot of bombers in the sky. We were controlling the sky with our fighters. So wandering inside or deep inside our claimland was a risky business, and they paid the price. They would burn a few bases, but the losses were heavy. They had to disengage. Even with the help of NFG and GOTH on the northern portion of the region, it was not enough pressure for us to let them burn us. So, and this is when Avengers, and mostly Avengers, they were less friendly. Well, you know how it goes. When the opposition, they realize they will not be able to win, the opposition force is too strong, then they have to start a different type of warfare, the psychological warfare. So a few words were exchanged, tension was high, and we were not friendly anymore. We were still friendly, but at that given moment, some players, they didn't appreciate that. But you know how it goes. It goes with every campaign. That makes it interesting, but no hard feelings toward anyone. It was one of the key moments in this conquest that I appreciate the most. Most of the time, we always are attacking. That was a moment where we could defend, and we enjoy it. Then the arms factory would open. So let's start with this one. Now it's under control by FWZ. We gave it away to them. But before, when it was neutral, we were always a step ahead in this whole map. Meaning that 2 hours before the arms factory would open, we would start a massive attack, taking FWZ by surprise. They were not at their peak activity time. They were not at their prime time. So we took them by surprise. We started burning them even deep inside their land. So when the arms factory would be open for contest, all they could do is plop some bird out base with very few airlift. So they were not able to stop us from taking this arms factory. This was quite easy to take. This one, naturally, it was taken without any resistance. It was under control. And this one was by far the hardest arms factory to take ever. Avengers, they assembled quite an army in this area. They were backed by FWZ. But at one point, FWZ, they had to disengage as they were under attack by GOTH and NFG. They built a central command, and they built in line toward FWZ, taking away the town and eating all that claim land. So this was taken or under control by FWZ. They paid a hefty price trying to help Avengers right here. They almost lost everything. But while they were active in this area, they did their best at trying to help Avengers, but it was not enough. We had a team attacking behind. We had a strong team attacking at the front. We were almost 360 degrees. They couldn't reinforce enough to keep the arms factory or to capture the arms factory. Once again, if you want to look at this stream, I will put those links in the video description. Have a go. It is quite exciting. There was a lot of action. My computer was activating the light mode quite often. So yeah, a good time there. We finally took the arms factory. And then the final step or the final phase when the blockhouse opened. So as you can see, Avengers, they blitz through west side going this way toward the Kremlin. They were the first to touch the Kremlin, followed by FWZ. And then I thought that they had an advantage over us as we were building from this blockhouse going east side and this blockhouse going north until we connect this passage. It was difficult for us trying to deal on two fronts. FWZ Avengers, they were putting a lot of pressure on us, and when they start touching the Kremlin, they kind of act in chat like they won the conquest. Until we connect, we were able to burn those lands under control by Avengers. We touched the Kremlin, and then Avengers, they decide to pull a bold move. They attempt a central command right there. If you saw the stream, once again, it's in the video description below. We were able to stop and cancel this central command so we could build our own right there. We showed them how it's done, and this was the final slap in the face to Avengers. they were devastated by this central command. It was manageable. Not gonna say it was easy, but we pulled it off without too much difficulty. And at this point, FWZ and Avengers, they threw the towel. They said, that's fine, you take it, you deserve it. So we took it, and it was one of the best moments in my whole Warpath history. It was the apogee. It was the creme de la creme, as you can see. Once again, a lot of tension, a lot of emotion, but that's what makes this conquest enjoyable. So yeah, a huge W for S21. The opposition was strong, and S21, a few members were not happy at the end to share some rewards as they worked so hard for it. But guys, listen, we have to share the rewards. We cannot take everything. We have to think about our friends, the enemy in this conquest. And the way I see it is, if we had an agreement before, we have to respect this agreement. We have to do what we said. It's better for us, for our reputation. After all, this conquest is enjoyable because of the opposition. If Avengers and FWZ and GOTH and NFG didn't fight at all, I would understand. I wouldn't mind taking everything, but they did fight. They put up a fight like they mean it. They didn't want to give anything to anyone in territory, so they defend themselves, they attack us. I cannot complain about that. So we have to thank them, we have to think about them. So for those two reasons, even if it's disappointing to give rewards, in the end, it doesn't change anything for us. I mean, we still have to work tomorrow, we still have a job, we still have to take care of the family. This is only a game, and we have to think about our friends. Anyways, now what's gonna happen with Avengers and FWZ? I don't know much NFG nor GOTH, and this is when I don't want to be on the slippery slope. I have to be careful of what I say. I don't want to start rumor, but I've heard that Avengers, they may not pursue the legendary battlefield. A lot of those smaller players, and when I say smaller players, all those bases at 350 million power and below, they wanted to come back in gold. I think they enjoy gold better than legendary, and at this level, it's very hard for those small players to make kills. Most of the time they will lose troops, and I know a lot of them, they didn't achieve their 25,000 kills. Kind of hard to accept. I know the feeling. And even if you win the second place in legendary, you claim more rewards than grabbing the first place in gold. But this doesn't matter if you don't enjoy your experience, right? An easy win is not even better. So I think there is a ideal conquest, but you cannot control that. So all in all, Avengers, they may lose quite a few players. I know that Yongar, he announced he would leave Avengers, and this will be a devastating blow to the alliance. I mean, Jongar was the MVP of Avengers. He was always online, and he doesn't share his account. I don't think he does, but he was always online, always leading the attack. He didn't say one single bad word in chat. He actually doesn't talk a lot, but he does fight a lot. And Avengers, they need more of those fighters. He doesn't have the strongest base, but he have the strongest willpower. So yep, sad news for Avengers. He will leave. I don't know where he's heading. Good luck for him. Good luck for Avengers. I don't know if Avengers, they will survive this conquest. I hope they do. I don't wish anything bad to anyone. As for FWZ, I cannot talk much. I know that some players, they may leave, or maybe it's planned. I don't know. Maybe for a different reason, but this is kind of the gossip I don't want to get into. I wouldn't appreciate anyone talking bad about S21. Not that I care, but if they don't know what they're talking about, better not talk. Okay, so that's what I think is gonna happen. We're gonna follow that situation. As for us, what is the next step? Well, we will rest for only a few days. Then we may be on the same rotation as S40. So you guys, we will see soon in Cairo. Sadly, not the best city in my opinion, but we have to do it, and then it will be New York City. But before New York City, we will have the opportunity to play against S40. I'm very excited about that moment. I know you guys fight hard, you have strong activity, and now you have even more players, stronger players, and hopefully S40 and hashtag S40, you guys can play in the same coalition. It would be quite amazing. Who will be playing with us? We don't know. I can't wait to find out, and thank God we're not gonna have to wait 2 weeks to find out. Friends, that's it for today. I hope you like the streams about the Paramount Cup. If you like more of this content, let me know. I know you enjoy it, but how much you enjoy? Do you want more stream? Do you want more videos? Speak up so I can adjust to your taste. So until then, I wish you a great week. I'll catch you on the next video. See ya.